What's up, everyone? Drew, aka Catching Rockets here. I hope y'all had a great day today. It was actually kind of nice to have a day off and just chill and relax. And before I get started, there's a few things I want to talk about really quick. One is the fires in California are crazy right now. The winds are crazy. I just drove from my son's. I realize I'm saying a lot right now. I just drove from the owner of the gym that my son trains at's house, and he lives like 5 miles from me. And on the way, there was three semi trucks on their side blown over. It's like absolutely crazy here in California right now. And, to anybody, whatever, people that follow the stream, friends, family, whatever, if you guys have any, friends or family or yourself in Southern California, I hope y'all are safe and doing okay. It's pretty crazy right now, like really, really crazy. The hospital that I work at is really close to the Eaton fire. And the last 2 nights when I work, like the whole hospital is just full of smoke. Like I had a headache most of the night because the smoke is just insane. But that's, nothing. I heard that there's like roughly $52 billion in property damage, and the insurance companies have about $2 billion. So there's no way people are getting money from insurance companies. Like they're going to have to go bankrupt. Hopefully, the only thing that would work is the government bailing people out. Otherwise, it's going to be just absolutely nuts. Like, it's just really sad. I have a lot. When I say this, I have a lot of friends and acquaintances that lost their house. Like a lot. It's actually like shocking, the amount of people that I know that have lost their house. I just realized, do I have a big old subscribe button like right on my face when you guys watch the stream? That's hilarious if I do. I can move it over there. No, not million, Daryl. Billion. Billion with a B. 52 billion. Well, I appreciate that, Lisa, but fortunately, for me and my family and my sister, all of us are, my sister lives fairly close to, I don't know the name of the fire, but she lives in Los Angeles, and I guess fairly close to the fire that's happening there in Los Angeles. But not close enough to where her house is in danger, but close enough to where they're having like crazy issues with smoke and ash and all that stuff. So she's okay though. She was trying to get a hold of my mom because my mom stays at my house in the south of France like 8 months out of the year, and then the rest of the time they're here in their house in Southern California. And so my sister was trying to get a hold of my mom to see if she could go to her house to get away from the smoke and everything. But my mom never got back to my sister because of some stuff going on. Basically, I don't want to be all dramatic, but basically, like my dad had he got some kind of a lung infection, and they think it's because he got a CPAP machine and he didn't realize that he was supposed to like wash the water reservoir, and so they think that it grew some bacteria, which ended up giving him a respiratory infection. So he's been in the hospital the last couple of days, but he's good. Like they're just monitoring him and giving him antibiotics and everything, but other than that, he's perfectly fine, and he's grumpy. He wants to go home. He's your typical, stubborn old mule, ex-Marine, Korean War vet that doesn't want, younger people telling him what to do. I don't want to make him sound like a mean person, because he's not. He's super nice, but he wants to be home. He wants his comforts, and he doesn't want people, telling him he needs to wear a hospital gown or whatever else. So seriously, guys, if I had a subscribe button over my face this entire time, and like nobody told me. I don't know what the best place to put my face is. I mean, probably just not on the screen at all. But maybe that's the good spot for it. Maybe the jam is also to make it a little bit smaller. Oh, shoot. Don't do that. Well, I'm going to stop messing with it right now because I'm messing things up. But yeah, anyway, I mean, the point of that whole conversation was I really hope anybody in California hasn't been affected too seriously. Okay, you can't see a subscribe button on me, so I'm going to put it back down there. I can see a subscribe button over my face, which is weird. So yeah. That was one thing I wanted to talk about. The other thing I wanted to talk about is, and this is nothing major, but I've been up for 28 hours right now. So if I say a lot or, like my mind is scattered or whatever, don't hold it against me. I'm super tired and my mind's feeling kind of mushy. So, yeah, there's that going on. And then also it's my wife's birthday today. So we're going to be going out to dinner here pretty shortly and go have nice birthday dinner for her. Let's see. Oh, thank you, Lisa. I read your second message first, and I just read your first message. I appreciate that. And, I saw your message in the Discord. I appreciate you thinking of us and reaching out and checking on us. A lot of people have been like DMing or messaging me in different Discords, and very, very thoughtful, very kind of everybody. What's up, Heat on Feet? What's up, Daryl? What's up, Rathana? What's up, Triple G? Slickamus, how you doing, my brother? What's up, Oliver? I think I said hi to you already, but just in case I didn't, hello. Hope you're good, bro. Oliver, you're mental, man. You're funny sometimes. Yeah. What's up, Melvin? What's up, Almighty Beard Man? What's up, Update? What's up, Little Mind? What's up, Brian Yang? Yeah, I'll get sleep tonight. Thank you, Share Trade. Or Share. What's up, Wayne? How you doing? Definitely overworked and underpaid. Let's not talk about how many naps I took last night, okay? Thank you, Triple G. What's up, David Ryan? What's up, Slyhem? I hope I said your name right. Sorry, Oliver. It's just, I don't know, it was kind of borderline. Like with me, it either has to be a tiny bit homo or like super homo. It can't be in between. Because if it's like in between super homo and tiny bit homo, it makes me uncomfortable. But if it's just like, balls in your face homo, I'm good with that. Or just slightly homo, I'm good with that too. So it would just, anyway, I love you. Okay. That's funny, Daryl. Give this guy a thumbs down. Thank you, Slickamus. I agree 100%, Wayne. Every day is definitely a gift. We're seeing it live right now in California. Dude, are my gardeners here? Hang on one second, guys. Sorry. All right, I had to close my window. My gardeners are like, oh, he's doing a YouTube video. Let's chop down a tree. So, there's that. Yeah, so that's all the basically whatever updates out of the way. But again, really like, hopefully nobody has any friends or family or them personally that have been affected too seriously by what's happening right now. It's pretty crazy out there, pretty nautical in California. Let's get into this. Let's see. Let's start with some option trade setups, okay? Most of these, well, I only have 2 that I found, and they're fairly small moves that I'm looking at, but it's enough to make, a good amount of money. So I will take it. On Google, I'm looking for calls over 196.25. I will take a first trim at 197. I don't really like that it's a 75-cent move, but this is a pretty major level I can't really ignore. And then I will be closing calls at 197 and 61 cents. Okay. And this is obviously a day trade, very small move. Don't even come for options. I agree. Let's make some bread. Next one I'm looking at is going to be Myrna. Again, this is a small trade, but I figure this is probably good for people with a smaller account size. This is also going to be a day trade. Over 43.47, grab calls, first trim 44.05. And if you are trading with a small account and you just take one contract, that's where you close, okay? You just grab that move, okay? If you have multiple contracts, you can trim there and trail and close at 44 and 40 cents. It's just a 35-cent move, but it looks pretty doable above that first trim level. Okay. So those are the option trades I'm looking for tomorrow. On Wednesday, I called out a trade from bed. Excuse me. On SPY. I actually kind of messed it up, but it's all good. If we go 5 minutes, turn off something. There's too much noise on this chart. I'm trying to look really quick where setups are. It's Wednesday, right? Yeah. So I don't really remember seeing anything too great at the open. We got an open drive, right? So we talked about this. We'll just cover it again. But so this was the open on Wednesday. And we talked about when price moves away from the open and then comes back and taps it, you grab puts or shorts and play them down. And if me personally, if I was trading that, I would probably either be targeting something like this or possibly just target my previous day value area low. Okay. And that would have worked out very well in, just a couple 5-minute candles. You would have got a nice trade. So hopefully some people caught that because we have been teaching it and going over it quite a bit. We'll cover it again really quickly right now. Let's pull up volume profile by Trader Dale. This is a must-read book if you haven't read it. Looking at you, Oliver. So this is exactly what we're looking at. Pre-market, chopping sideways, quick move down, retest, enter short, or take puts, right? Same thing here. This is your open, sell off, come back, retest it, short or puts. And then here is the inverse, open, come back, retest, take calls. Okay? So definitely want to pay attention to that when they give it to us. That would have been a very nice short for anybody that did catch it. What I caught, and actually I'm going to erase some of this stuff just to clean this up. With being off yesterday, I feel like tomorrow's like a new week, but it's not. Oh, and then somebody asked, I don't know who it was, but somebody asked if I'm off on the weekend, and I'm off Saturday. I have to work Sunday. The thing was, I picked up extra days because the what's it called? I don't know. We have people out on disability and people calling in sick and whatever else. Um, and so they were pretty short staffed. So I picked up extra day to help out. But so this I called out live in Keenan's Discord. This is going to be a diamond bottom on SPY. I love these. It's like always so nice to trade when we get them. They never look perfect, just an FYI. But if you can draw a rough diamond shape, then it more likely than not is going to be a diamond top or a diamond bottom, depending on where it is. So in this instance, I wish this thing would stop snapping all over the place like crazy. In this instance, we're at the bottom, and that generally means we're going to reverse and go back up. And so I said on this candle here, I'm like, oh, we're about to get a big move. And then I think somebody asked me, like, is that, or no, I said we have a diamond bottom. And somebody said, like, oh, is that a good thing? And I'm like, it is if you want to be in puts. And that's not true, because diamond bottoms generally reverse and go back up, and diamond tops normally reverse and go down. And then I said after that, like, oh, we're about to get a really big move, either up or down, and I'm dumb because I should have said up. And then it happened really quick, because I set it right on this candle at 7:30. The 7:35 candle, we just like rocketed and then pulled back really quick. And then eventually, we grinded up and came up here and made a new high for the day. But even if you did catch this, you would want to close at your November value area low. And basically, you could make an argument of closing at the open, at the day's open, which would have been a great trade as well. So that was that. Hopefully some of you guys caught that. I didn't do the best job of calling it out in Keenan's, but I did kind of call it out. Just not very well. But maybe if we Google, let's see. Yeah, so here it is. Diamond bottom. Wow, I mean, that's an ugly diamond bottom, but okay. And then that's the move up, right? This is a cleaner looking diamond bottom, and then that's the move up. Yeah. They're saying to enter when you break the diamond. That's not how I trade them. I would get in, if possible, I would be getting in as close to the bottom as I can. Like, basically, you don't really recognize that you have a diamond bottom or a diamond top until like this candle here. Or possibly this candle here. But once I recognize it, I want to get in at the bottom. And yeah, there's a chance that you're wrong, but I would rather catch the whole move than just catch the move, from the break of the diamond up. But that's how I trade. All right. Let's erase this. And then let's try to figure out what they're going to do tomorrow. Oh, and also while I'm thinking about it, Shorty's going to be live tonight going over futures for tomorrow. He'll be live at 9 p.m. Eastern. Dude, where's my POC? It's on a different day. How are you guys not calling me out on that crap? Y'all need to do better. Hey, what's up, Frederick? How you doing? What's up, Corey? Hey, Sarah. How you doing? Yeah, Brian. I get the liberty of calling Oliver out live. I have a feeling he's not here anymore because he's not typing anymore. So he got scared and dipped out. That's a good question. I can link this. Oops. No, I didn't want to do that. Okay. It's a good thing that wasn't like a Pornhub link or anything. But so where is it? Open test drive, another momentum-based opening in a nutshell and for a long. The market opens above the previous day value area, pulls back to it, and remains above it. Longs can be executed at the value area high of the previous session, leading through to a breakout of the overnight activity. So your open test drive, like for tomorrow, if we opened above the previous day value area high and then pulled back to it, that would be where you get in, as long as we stay above the previous day value area high. Or even if you get like a little quick, slice below, the peak below and bounce, you could still play that open test drive. All right. Hopefully that answers your question. If it doesn't, I don't really care. I'm joking. I love you guys. I'm just tired. No, it doesn't have to cross a particular level. It just gives a shape. I don't chart shelves update. And when I say that, like, it's not right or wrong. It's personal preference. Like how, actually, this is not a bad thing for us to talk about. I'm here, Bill. All right, brother. A good thing to talk about is like, I was mentored by Shorty, right? And he does a lot of things that I don't do. I took what he taught me and I put it together into a way that works for me. And I chart and trade based on what works for me. And if we look at mine and Shorty's charts side by side, they're going to be completely different because we both chart different things, but both of us are successful traders, right? So what I'm teaching, might not work for somebody else. So like some people might like to chart the high volume nodes or skinny bellies or whatever else on volume profile. And that might work really well for them and their trading style. And that's great. It's just not something that I do chart. I generally just kind of watch, like, I will look at, skinny bellies and stuff like that and high volume nodes, but I don't draw them on my screen. What I'll do is when I'm trading, like I'll recognize as I'm trading, like here, for example, there's a huge large volume node, right? And I would most likely be looking for bounces in this area. But I don't need to draw a box to know that it's there, if that makes sense, right? And then the same thing up here, I would recognize that there's a very large volume node up here, and I would be looking for a rejection in this area, right? So I recognize them, I just don't draw them on my chart. Exactly, Almighty Beard Man. That's exactly what it is. There's a ABCD on ES. Oh, there sure is. Everybody get long. We only missed like 3 points of it. Hurry up, jump in. So we should be going to... well, actually, this is a really old previous day POC, so I can't say that. But should definitely get 5, 9, 33, 50. Which is 10 points from here. If you wanted to be on the safe side, you could close at 5, 9, 30, 50. Yeah. Nice catch. All right, let's see. Oh, Oliver, you're a smart man. What are you cooking for me? It better be really good because it's my wife's birthday, so, you know, expect an amazing meal. Triple G. That's good. Let's see. Yeah, exactly what Colby said. You have to make it your own style. You got to figure out what you like. Yes, that's Colby cheese. And I freaking love Colby cheese. I mean, there's cheeses that I like more, but Colby cheese is like, it's really good. It's got good texture and bite and mouthfeel. Yeah. Well, there are no levels for today, right? There was no candles today, so we can't use levels from today because there's no levels to chart. Oh, I like black bean steak quesadillas, except for the steak part. Yep. All right, let's get into TPO. I'm getting distracted very easily tonight. If everybody could keep their top on, it would be a lot easier for me to focus on the charts, okay? I'm joking, send nudes. Do not send nudes. I'm sure now you guys can tell that I'm like literally punch drunk tired. Describing Colby. Good one. You got me. Yes. Oh, that sucks. I open mouth, insert foot. All right. I'm guilty. Okay. Yeah, an update. That's great. If it works for you, do it. You know, like that's exactly what me and Colby are both saying. Like, find your style, find what works for you, and use that to trade. That's exactly what you want to do. Like, it doesn't really matter who you're learning from. You're never going to 100% adopt what they're using. So, like, figure out what's good for you and then trade based off of that. Okay? Yeah, Colby, you taste good, bro. What can I say? I don't know. And I'm very thirsty. Okay. Enough of the holy gayness. Not that there's anything wrong with being gay. Be gay, be happy, do your thing. A lot of people might not know this, but my sister's gay, and her wife is one of the most amazing people in the world. I absolutely adore her. Alrighty. Let's zoom out. We had pretty good volume on Wednesday. Decent. Fairly blah candle. It's not anything too impressive. 1 hour, we definitely had some increased volume at the end of the day. Buying volume. And buying volume on the 30-minute. This looks fairly simple to me. I'm going to get rid of these from December. It's way too far back. And we can also draw daily SIGs. Right? So let's do that really quick. So our first SIG is basically our previous week VPOC, but I will draw both just so that you have the exact levels. Oh, and this is kind of cool. My the owner of the gym where my son trades, he wanted to trades where the owner of the gym where my son trains, he wanted to get into trading, so we've been talking a little bit. And I told him, hey, like if you're serious, read these books, and then when you're done, like we'll like I'll get with you and I'll teach you. And I don't really know if he knows what that means, but he's definitely took it very seriously. He read the 3 books, and then he's like, hey, like, what kind of computer do I need to trade on? And I guess he owned a Mac. I didn't realize that, but I was like, dude, you need a Windows computer. And he's like, okay, you have recommendations? And so I sent him like a iBuyPower, like $2,200 water-cooled Intel i9 processor, 32 gigs of RAM. I forget the exact memory card, but it's like a 4060 Ti, I think. Anyway, it's a beast. And then I was like, and you're going to want a couple of monitors. I'm like, me personally, I would just get like the 39 or the 49-inch ultra wide and then like a 27-inch monitor as well. Dude literally bought everything. 49-inch monitor, 27-inch monitor. He bought that iBuyPower computer, and then he actually like had a contractor come to his house and build like this. I would almost call it a secret room. It's kind of wild, but like he you walk into the master bedroom and they have a walk-in closet, and you walk into the walk-in closet, and off of there there's another door that goes kind of like into a secret room, and in there he's got like his computer set up, his desk, he's got like his gun safe in there, and like Just it's a I don't know, a mini man cave office. It was really cool. And I was like, dude, you're not playing around. He was like, no, man, like I'm serious about this. And I was like, right on. I'm like, we're gonna, you know, you're gonna be killing it in a few months, but and he's like, I better be. My wife's giving me so much shit because, you know, instead of like making money from trading, I built a room and, you know, spent thousands of dollars on a computer. And I'm like, yeah, sorry, bro. It is what it is. How do I know where they're going? What's going? What's up, Stock Explorer? Or what's up, Nora? What's up, Dwayne? How you doing? Nike. Oh, on the ABCD indicator, I just wait until it tells me to buy because it'll say buy up. Right? Right here it says up, buy. But like you can turn on the drawings and then it'll, I don't know, it probably says things at different points, but when it gives the buy or sell indication, it just literally says up, buy, or down, sell. Man, I really need to chart ES and NQ. It's been like a week. I basically, I mean, you guys know I'm all about being transparent and whatever. It doesn't really matter, like, whatever, what I'm about to say is not important, but last Friday, I ended up taking a pretty big loss, and it wasn't like insane, and it's not going to like hurt me or hurt the bank or anything, but it was big enough that afterwards I was like, dude, what are you doing? Like, why did you keep trying to reverse trade? I think, actually, let's just look at it really quick. It was like Friday of last week. On this sell-off, or I guess, no, wait, is that, no. Thursday, Friday, I don't, or maybe it was Thursday. Yeah, it was Thursday. And it was this here. On this sell-off, I clicked buy like 4 times. It didn't work out very well. And so I took 4 losses in a row, which is very rare for me and very stupid of me, because after 2 losses, I should have been like, it's not my day. Let me stop and walk away and call it a day and come back the next day. And so after that, not because of like emotions or anything like that, but just like a combination of, I worked Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday, Tuesday. And Sunday night, I got my butt absolutely handed to me. Like, I was so busy. And so when I came home Monday morning, I was like, I'm just not feeling it. Oh, and I also had a migraine. So I just went to bed. And then Tuesday I came home, and that was the day where that SPY put was actually like playing out if you swung it from Friday or Thursday. I don't remember what it was. But anyway, if you swung, yeah, it was Friday. If you swung it from Friday over the weekend, on Monday we were down bad, right? And Tuesday it finally started doing what I was expecting it to do. And off the top of my head, I had 2 price targets on SPY that I was really watching, and one was 588 and one was 586. And we hit both of those Tuesday. Or actually, I guess we went way lower. Wait, no. Sorry. Where's Tuesday? Here. I guess maybe we didn't hit both. Oh yeah, we did. Oh no, I guess we hit the 586 on Wednesday, and I guess it's 586.50 was the level I'm thinking of, the previous week POC. But so, and this is no longer a VPOC. But those are the 2 levels I was really looking for. It was a bummer though, because I had been after working all night, it was on this candle here. And if we're watching 5 minutes, right, like, I had been in this, and just riding up and down, up and down, up and down, whatever. The trade finally went green here, and I was still targeting, the 588 level. But by the time it crossed above this high here and made like a new higher high, I was like, all right, time for me to pull the ripcord and just take a loss. And the bigger thing was, I knew it was probably going to, end up reversing and going lower, but I had to go to sleep because I had to go back to work that night. And of course, it barely like went up a little bit and then goes and hits my profit target, which is a bummer, but it is what it is. It's life. It's not a big deal. I'm not even worried about it. So I closed my SPY put swing trade at a small loss, unfortunately, when it would have been like a nice win. Even at my first price target, my second price target would have been even better. And then we're jumping on Fortnite. What? And then kind of the same thing, like, so Tuesday I didn't feel like trading futures. I was tired as well. Wednesday, same thing. I came home really tired, and then I picked up an extra shift, so I was going in for my 5th 12-hour shift in a row. And I was like, I'm good. I don't even feel like trading today. And so I haven't traded since, other than closing that SPY put swing that I took, I haven't traded since Friday. On any account, basically, options or futures. But I think partially, like, I also just kind of needed a break from trading after Friday to, like, I could have gone back, Monday morning and been disciplined. I'll try to get the joke in this second. I probably missed half of what it... Oh, because you're saying that I built a gaming computer. So, what was I just saying? Oh, anyway, I probably could have got on Monday and traded and not had any issues, but it was more of me being like, hey, I was really irresponsible on Friday, and so let me just take a couple of days off, just to make sure that when I get back in, like, I'm not going to be doing stupid, dumb shit. But so yeah, there's that. Is this working out or no? Yep, it's going. Did you guys go long? That's good shit. All right. SPY. All right, so we have our SIGs, right? I'm really not liking these single prints right now, but they're new enough that I'm going to leave them. But to me, it's just really cluttery, if that makes sense. I am going to delete these because I know there's a skinny belly there. If you guys want the skinny belly part, leave it on your chart. I'm just going to get rid of it just to kind of clean things up a little bit. Too many levels for me. For tomorrow, it's all going to depend on how we open. I should be, or I shouldn't even say I should be. I'll be live in Shorty's Discord, trading live, and I will do my best to call out stuff if I see it in Keenan's. I can't make any promises, but I will do my best. But based on right now, like where we open changes everything really, but if we open where we are right now, I would be watching for puts right here. Okay. But always pay attention, to your open drive, open test drive, because those things all change based on where we open, right? If we make it down here, I would actually want to be in calls at the previous week value area low. Why is this sideways? Technically, they should, like, this would be like what I would consider to be like a really strong level for a bounce. But the fact that we have a failed auction right below generally means they want to come down, clean it up, and then bounce. But otherwise, if there wasn't this poor low here, I would be really interested in getting in long here. All right. But those are going to be like the two main things tomorrow. Puts here, calls here. Again, if I see something different, I will call it out, or I'll do my best to try to call it out live. What time frame is this, Kyle? Right now I'm on 5 minutes, but the time frame is kind of irrelevant, and I'll explain why. Let's see. Bro, about to forget about trading and start gaming. Actually, it was funny because, we'll just call him my friend. He's my friend. He's actually an ex-UFC fighter, but so owns the gym that my son trains at. Great guy. He doesn't game at all, right? He doesn't game on his phone. He doesn't play video games or whatever. But he kept telling me, like, his son was like, dude, like, Dad, you got to let me use that computer. Like, that's a gaming computer, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, you're not touching this. He's like, I'm going to have all my financial stuff on there. I don't want, you downloading a virus or whatever. He's like, you're not touching the computer. And of course his son's all bummed out. But then he kept, like, the whole time I was at his house, he kept saying, like, yeah, I don't game. I'm not going to game. I don't game. I'm not going to game. And then out of the blue, he was like, could I put, Gran Turismo on there? And I'm like, yeah, sure. Like, you could get the whole steering wheel and the, the gas, brake, clutch pedals. And yeah, you could totally get Gran Turismo and, play on that 49-inch monitor. I'm like, it would be sick. And he was like, yeah, like, I don't game, but I think that would be really fun to, like, play Gran Turismo and, racing and whatever and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, yeah, that's gaming. But so it was just so funny that he was just so insistent, like, I don't game. Can I play Gran Turismo on this? Actually, I don't even know if you can play Gran Turismo on a PC. I mean, I know it's available for PlayStation, but assuming that it is, then yeah, he could play it, on that computer for sure. Whoa. That's awesome, Robert Carl. Dude, I need to ride that dude's bike. For people that don't ride motorcycles, you don't even understand, like, to a lot of men that ride motorcycles, when you're like, hey, like, let me ride your motorcycle, you might as well be like, hey, can I take your wife to the bedroom and, have a go? Because it's pretty similar. But his bike is so beautiful. Yeah. What's up, Cisco? How you doing? Maxi, I mean, based on what I'm seeing on the charts is how I know what to buy the day before. So if you're talking about, like, Google, I forget what I covered. Google, and there was one other one. Well, it doesn't matter. Like, so Google, for instance, I go based off of Elliott waves, which is what you're seeing here, these are Elliott waves where it's measuring A, B, C, D, and then from there you would buy going up. Or I guess this one was, whoa, funky. This measured move thing was to here. And then it gave us another signal to buy down. But so I have like a very long process that I look at for finding setups, and even if I explain it, it wouldn't make it easier for people, just because I mean, I guess you can use this ABCD indicator like I'm using, and when it's at the bottom like this, I basically just go through a list of stocks and I'm looking at the Elliott waves, and if I happen to see one that's saying, like, that's giving a signal to buy up or giving a signal to sell down, then I'll look at what are called the clouds. And on the clouds, what I'm really looking for, let's see, I think I can pull them up here, is I want space. So these clouds are basically major support and resistance levels. And then as you can see, like here it came down to this cloud, it bounced, came down to the cloud, bounced, came up to the middle here, rejected back down, back up to the middle, rejected down, broke through the middle, and then we bounced off of the middle, broke back through the middle, and then bounced all the way back up into these clouds, sold off, back to the clouds, sold off, back to the clouds, sold off, you know, so on and so forth. And right now we're kind of at the midpoint, and I'm expecting us to bounce and go back up to the top here. I don't really give these levels just because it's going to be like more of a swing trade. And I like to close, unless I see like a really solid setup, then I'll call out a swing trade. But I would rather day trade and get, you know, in the trade and out of the trade and take my money and run. That's awesome, Cheeksters. That's awesome. Lawrence, every single insurance company, because they are booked. I talked about that at the beginning of the video. There's like roughly, or at least so far, they're estimating like $53 billion in property damage. And I think like combined, the insurance companies have like $2 billion of liquidity. So they're not going to be able to pay people out. Oh, Triple G, I just use one. I don't use all of those. You know, again, that's personal preference stuff. And so what I do for VWAP is, let me turn off these clouds first. So VWAP, just plain old VWAP, and under band multiplier 0.13. And then that gives you, you know, a little cloud or whatever around the VWAP. And that's what I use. I just use the daily VWAP with a 0.13 band multiplier. Okay. Instead of a single line. But I don't really use VWAP to enter trades. I use it mostly just to like close positions or whatever. You guys got to run this more. We want more. So yeah, that's basically the process of how I figure out what direction I think a stock is going to go. Kyle, I don't know if I completely answered your question because I think I got sidetracked on something else. But basically, you're asking me about the time frame, and the reason I say that's not important, like a lot of retail traders get hung up on things, and when I say this, I don't mean to be insulting, but things that I consider to be silly. So like, if I look at my chart, right, and let's just look specifically like here. If I was planning on grabbing calls at this level, here, that purple line, on 5 minutes, that line is still the line, right? And if I go to 1 minute, it's still the same level. And if I go to a 1 second chart, it's going to take me forever to find, but that level is still the same. And if I go to a 30-minute chart, somewhere, that level's still the same, right? And if I go to a daily chart, where are you at, homie? Well, now I can't even find it at all, but it should be here. It's just really small, right? Yeah, there's the circle. But so my purple line is still my purple line. Or no, the circle's here. Somewhere in there. Yeah. I would have to make it huge for it to show up on the daily chart. Which, like, I'm down to do. Is that big enough? Yeah. So my purple line is still the same, right? It's just, you have a lot of people that try to teach trading, and they focus on things that are completely irrelevant. Like, oh, you shouldn't trade on the 1 minute chart. You should trade on the 5 minute chart. Or, oh, you shouldn't trade on 5 minute. You should trade on 10, or you should trade on 30 minutes or 4 hour or whatever. And the only truth to that is really, like, if you're looking to swing trade, then you probably should be looking at a minimum of a 4 hour chart, because you should be finding, like, key support and resistant levels on 4 hour charts. You could find the same support and resistance levels on a 5 minute chart. They just wouldn't be as easy to spot as they would be if you're looking at 4 hour candlesticks. So again, like, a lot of people teach on YouTube, like, this stuff that I consider to be fairly irrelevant. Like, they'll say things like, oh, don't trade the first 30 minutes of the market being open. Don't trade on 5 minutes, trade on 10. Don't trade on Fridays, whatever, blah, 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 blah. Don't trade the last 15 minutes of the market open. Da, 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 da. And then I have people that DM me and they're like, hey, like, do you only trade during the New York Stock Exchange session? And I said, no. I only trade when I see a setup, right? I don't care what time of day it is. I mean, basically here, right? I forget who, I'm sorry, but somebody said, hey, there's a buy up on the ABC indicator on ES. And we came over here and looked at it. I'm like, hey, everybody jump in long, and target, 590 or 5932. Or if you want to be on the safe side, target 5930 and 50 cents. Right. And so, obviously, the New York Stock Exchange is not open right now, but we have a good, solid setup to take a trade. And this is about to hit our first level. Like, it's literally about to hit our first level. It'll probably hit the first level before we finish this video tonight. And so those things that people make up, it's like a very, again, and I'm not trying to insult anybody, but it's a very retail mindset of things that are completely irrelevant to trading. It doesn't matter what day of the week it is. It doesn't matter what time frame. It doesn't matter what time of day. What matters is that you look for a good setup and you take the trade. You don't just YOLO in like, oh, I think it's going to go up here. Oh, I think it's going to go down here. No, you wait patiently for your setup to come to you, and then you take the trade based off of that setup when it presents itself. Okay? So hopefully that answers your question well, Kyle. And again, when I say that, I'm not trying to insult anybody, but people focus on stuff that's really just kind of irrelevant when it comes to trading. And what we need to focus on is levels, or whatever, volume at price, levels, support, resistance, those things. High volume or high volume nodes. Those are the things that we need to be paying attention to. Okay. So now, well, so what Colby's saying, and correct me if I'm wrong, is when you look at a higher time frame, there's less noise. If you tried to look at like a chart with 10-second candles, you wouldn't know what's up or down because it moves so fast. You'd just be like, whoa. And you wouldn't know, like, should I be in calls? Should I be in puts? Like, and if you get in calls, like, you might get like this tiny 10-second candle that looks like it moved really far, but it really didn't. It's just a 10-second candle. And like, it's just moving up and down so fast. It might even freak you out. Like, oh, I should close. It's dumping, or whatever. So when you look at like a larger time frame, there's less noise. So that can be good for people. Like you'll notice my charts, my candlesticks are blue and white. And the reason being is a lot of people, red is like an angry color. It makes some people feel negatively, like they've done psychological, testing on it. And blue is like a soothing color, whereas red creates like anxiety and anger and like a bunch of negative feelings. And so for that reason, I don't have red candlesticks on my chart. And I also just kind of like the color pattern of blue and white. It looks nicer to me to look at when I see a chart with red and green. It kind of like, I'm like, it's like kind of cringy. The ABC indicator is by Patterns Hunter. AB equals CD patterns by Patterns Hunter. And this is about to hit any second now. I mean, we're 50 cents away because I said 9:30 and 50 cents. And actually, this will be a great place to close because we're at the VWAP, the daily VWAP. There it is. Boom. On the money. Hopefully you guys took that. That was easy money, easy setup. Yeah, so Bob, I mean, that's good, but it really doesn't matter other than the lower the time frame, the more noise, right? I like to use 5-minute candles because a lot of my setups is like 3 5-minute candles closing above a level or 3 5-minute candles closing below a level. And, those are what I'm looking for to validate my entries. And so it's just easier if I'm looking for 3 5-minute candles, it's easier to have 5-minute candles and then I just count 1, 2, 3, right? Versus trying to math stuff, like trying to count 15 1-minute candles or whatever. I only have 10 fingers. So after that, it starts getting hard. And, it's just easier on 5 minutes for me based on the confirmations that I'm looking for. Am I on Webull? No. I mean, yes, we went long. I don't remember the exact level. It was right around 525. And we were targeting 9:30 and 50 cents. It might have been a little bit before that. I don't remember, but it was right around here somewhere. 924 or 925-ish. Initial balance for night traders. I'll have to look at that. Can you DM me? Because I'm not gonna do it right now, but I want to look at it later when I'm not half asleep, and I'll forget. So I'd appreciate it if you could DM me. Um, oh, thank you, J. Marie. I just saw your message. I appreciate that. Oh, and Kyle, the books. Sorry. They're all going to be linked in the video of the description of this video. I don't think I even worded that right. They're all going to be linked in the description of this video. But I can also just put them in the chat. So this book, this is only if you're like brand new to trading and you don't understand market structure, meaning like you can't recognize an uptrend or a downtrend or a bull flag, bear flag, things like that. Then you would want to read this book. If you understand all of those things, then you can ignore this first book. But it's called Getting Started in Technical Analysis by Jack D. Schwager. And I'm about to send the link to the chat. There's the first book. If you understand all of those things that I just talked about, then the next book that you want, or the three books that you want to read from there, are going to be Complete Guide to Volume Price Analysis by Anna Cooling, Volume Profile by Trader Dale, and Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas. And I'm about to send the links to all three of those right now. There's the link to all three of those if you want them. So, yeah, Master has been giving some nice moves for sure. I'm sorry, can I explain what set up Little Mind? So, Kyle, you asked if I'm on Webull. I'm really primarily trade futures, and Webull would definitely not be the platform to trade futures on. And then what I trade on, again, it's not really relevant unless you have a Windows computer. If you don't have a Windows computer, then what you would trade on would be very different to what I trade on. So right now, I'm done. I don't have anything else to talk about, but I'll hang out for a minute just to see if anybody has any questions before I take off. And again, Shorty's going to be live in about 40 minutes, going over what he's expecting for tomorrow. And that was, now we just hit our final price target, right? The 5,932. Oh, you're talking about this chart here. This is TradingView. This is like a must-have for every trader, and you can use it on a phone. You can use it on a tablet. You can open it in a web browser. There's a link in the description of this video as well, where if you do what's it called? Eek. Oh, so if you use my link and you decide to sign up for like one of the paid memberships, then you'll get like a portion off of your of the price, and I'll get like a small kickback from you using my referral link. But basically it benefits both of us. Get a volume price analysis example on ES with the recent bars. Well, right now, I mean, it's pretty simple. If you're looking at 5 minutes, we are coming up to a very key level where you would expect a reversal. And as we're approaching this very key level where you would expect a reversal, you have decreasing volume, right? And even if you just look at like here, it's all decreasing volume. So from this red candle up, it's been decreasing volume as we're approaching a key level, which indicates that we're probably getting a reversal right here. And that would be just strictly off of volume and volume profile is all that I'm looking at. I wouldn't really trade based off of just those two things. I like to use more Confluence when I trade, but this is probably like a decent level to grab a short. But again, like I generally just use more stuff for Confluence. Jack, you're hilarious. Yeah, let me start over, bro. So first, let me rewind. Yeah. What site do I use to log trades? I use what's it called? Tradezilla. And I will link that for you guys as well. Oh, come on, man. This is not cheap. Tradezilla. I pay for the annual subscription. And like, here, I'll pull it up for you guys. So Tradezilla, it's $400 basically annually. When I first signed up, it was $350, I think. And I found like a 20% off coupon. And I think I paid like $320 or something like that. I don't remember the exact price, but I just paid for the full month. You could do the basic, where if you're just trading on one account, and you don't need back testing. I don't know what this means. Oh, I do know what unlimited mentee invite means. On this one, there's mentor mode, which just basically means if you have somebody mentoring you, you can give them access to your log so they can go in and look at your trades without having to send them, like a picture or whatever every day. And then trade replay, which is where you can, click play and watch the trade play or watch the trade play back out. But this Tradezilla is really good because it has really good journaling software. I don't even want to show this, but oh man, there's my 4 losses that I was talking about on Friday. Here. Pretty stupid. I'm still net green on this account, but this was pretty dumb. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, Tradezilla, really powerful. And there's a lot of stuff that you can do with it. Like you can say, like if you took a trade off of like the open test drive, every time you take a trade off of the open test drive in Tradezilla, you can link your entry type to open test drive. And then it'll give you your win percentage or loss percentage, win-loss percentage based on specifically the open test drive. And then you can do the same thing for like the open drive, 80% rule, whatever. Like you can create your entries for trades, and then you can link those entries to the trades and figure out like what entries work best for you, which ones aren't working so great. So like maybe, you keep trying to do the open test drive and it's never working, and then maybe you should stop trying to use the open test drive. You know what I'm saying? And so like it shows you all of the leaks in your trading and what's working and what's not working so that you can kind of sharpen things up and make better decisions and stuff like that. What's some of my Confluence? Man, it's all on my YouTube videos. The things that I use, and it's everything that we talk about. I use volume profile. I use volume, just volume down here. I use the ABCD, right? Which is all stuff like from Trader Dale's book. Sorry, total brain fart there. And then I also use, like the open drive, open test drive, Another kind of volume profile thing is like, for instance, this, you can draw a fixed range volume profile like on this run up and kind of figure out where the high volume node is for your entry if it pulls back to there. So I use that. I use footprint charts, and I use delta. And then also I'll do things like fibs where, like on this run up here, I would look for a pullback to either the golden pocket or the 50% retracement and look to get in long at either one of those spots. So those are really the confluences that I use. I kind of briefly looked at QQQ today. It's about to get like a pretty good move up. I didn't pay attention after that, but it's going to get a move up. What's MGC? I don't even know what that is. Oh, Vanguard ETFs. Oh, sure. Can't really go wrong. It's an ETF. Right. I don't really have much of opinion other than this is something that you just dollar cost average into and you'll make money. You look for low volume nodes. You mean for like fast moves? You're looking for skinny bellies and you're looking for price to quickly move through those levels? Somebody asked something about Nike, right? You have to show me what you're talking about, Colby, because I don't know what you're talking about. Like, and it probably is not helping that I'm tired. But yeah, like just post a screenshot or something in the in Keenan's or whatever, and at me or something. Unless you're talking about like, if we turn on session volume profile and like so generally, like if we are looking at this high volume node here, as price is coming down to here, more often than not, if it's going to bounce, it does so at the far side of the high volume node. I don't know if that's what you're referring to, because this is coming to like a skinny part here. Maybe that's what you're referring to. If not, then I have no idea. Too tired to process mentally. Okay, yeah. I'm always expecting it to go to the far side of a high volume node. Yeah. Whether it be up or down. Like here, if price is moving up, I would be looking for a rejection back down. And here, if price was moving down, I would be looking for a bounce up at the far side on both. Okay. Yeah, we're on the same page, like always, right? Imagine that, where we agree with each other. Oh, I keep forgetting about Nike. I'm way too tired. Buy zone. nothing else for me to say on Nike. This is where you buy shares. Yeah. You could grab calls here. This green zone, and I drew this a while ago. I drew this, I don't even know when, but I was saying this is the area where you look to buy calls. I mean, where you look to buy shares. If you're wanting to own shares of Nike, this is the area where you buy. And I would guess I drew this in July, just kind of looking. This is a diamond bottom here on the daily, right? And then we rocketed up. And I probably was saying to close here. And I probably said that before we hit it. And then now that we're back here, this is where you buy and this is where you sell. And I also went, back to here. You could even go back more. This is all, they're accumulating, run, sell off, accumulating, run, buying more, right? And came back to here, bought, sold, buy now, sell later. Okay. Yeah, we're 100% thinking the same thing, Colby. Oh, Tesla, I don't know. $4.14. Oh, we're going way past $4.14, but okay. These are all, I don't know. On this channel, we have called what Tesla is doing to a T too many times. And these white lines are all levels where I would be looking, if we were down here and we crossed through, I would be grabbing calls. And then I would trim. And me personally, I'd probably close here, even though they're going way up here somewhere. But I don't like to play price discovery. So I like to get out into strength. But right now, this is, we're going to go higher from here. This is, if they do this, buy here. 391.24-ish. Okay. Trev, I would ask you, have you done one trade a day? Are you looking for setups when the market's closed? And are you journaling your trades? And if the answer to any of those things is no, then that's what you need to fix. So, I'll touch on this really quickly. All right, gold. Yeah, that's pretty ugly. Pretty freaking ugly. What was I going to say? Oh, so yeah, it's slow grinding up, but it's choppy. If you're between myself and Shorty, we've taught a lot of people how to become professional traders or semi-professional traders, because most of the people that we've taught, they have day jobs. And then they trade, and supplement their income with trading and make good money doing both, basically. And there's a few people that have become full-time professional traders that have been taught by Shorty or myself or both. The one thing that's consistently true about every single person that succeeded is every single one of them has done one trade a day for 6 months. And every single one of them journals every single trade they take. And every single one of them looks at the market when it's closed, just like we've done on SPY. They take it a step further, though. So, like, if I was doing what you should be doing, I would say I would grab my long position tool, and I would say here, if SPY comes down to the previous week value area low, I'm going to grab calls, and I'm going to target the previous day value area high. And then from there, I would look left and figure out like where I want to put my stop loss based on levels on my chart. And like kind of the first thing that pops out to me is this right here. And if I'm using this, I know that I would want my stop loss to be at least slightly below that level. Because if market makers were coming down to there to stop me out, they would go a little bit below it and then they would bounce, right? So for me, my stop loss, I would want it, I don't know, we'll just say right around here. And then once I've determined all of those things, I now look at this and I go, oh, look, my risk to reward ratio is 2.72, which means for every dollar that I'm risking, I'm making $2.72. So as long as the trade setup is over a one risk to two reward, meaning every dollar I risk, I make two. As long as it's at least that or more, I can take that trade, right? So this is my first setup that I'm looking at for tomorrow. And then my next setup, I would grab like my short position tool, and I would say, if we come to here, I want to be short and I want to target here, and I'm going to look left, and my eyes kind of went to two different places. One was here and one was here, right? I don't want to, but basically the December value area low. And based on that, I think December value area low is way too big of a stop loss. So I would be looking more, like slightly above this level here that I identified first. And I would want to go a little bit higher than I am right now. So like if I draw a line and then just kind of figure out like roughly right about there should be good for my risk to reward. And so with this, now again, I look and I'm at 1 to 2.1 or 1 to 2.61, which means for every dollar I'm risking, I would be making $2.61. So again, I could take this trade. And then you take it further, right? You go, okay, if they happen to come here, break below, retest, then I'm going to short to the previous day value area low. And so then you grab your short position tool again, you put your drawing here and then you target the previous day value area low. You look left, you figure out where you'd want to put your stop loss, based on this trade here. And my eyes goes to a couple of places. And the first one it went to, I know, is probably way too far away. So then the second place my eyes went was here, right? And so then as long as I can put my stop loss, I could even put it like at the previous week value area high, right? And I'm still getting 1 to 2.31 on this trade. So again, I can take this trade. And you literally just keep going on every level and figure out where your entry is, where your stop loss is, where your take profit is for every single trade that you might possibly want to take tomorrow. Because when the market opens, our whole perspective changes. Because when the candlesticks move, they mess with our psychology and make us think they're trying to short when they're actually going long, and vice versa, and blah, 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 blah. So you look for setups when the market's closed and figure out where your stop loss should be, where your take profit should be, and where your entry should be. There's an exception to this. So, like we're not going to draw levels way up here, right? When price is down here. But let's just say tomorrow they do one of these and they gap up, right? And we open here. And then you're like, oh, shoot, I don't have any trades planned up here. But then at that time, you can go, okay, now that price is up here, if we come to this level, I'm interested in shorting, and I would target the December value area low, and I would put my stop loss, whatever, slightly above the November POC. I'm getting 3.32 to 1. I can take this trade. And so that would be the exception, is if we gap somewhere way far away from where price was that you don't have trades planned, then you trade them on the fly right away. I mean, you plan them on the fly right away. But you have to plan out every trade before you take the trade, right? So like a lot of times you'll see people in various discords go, hey, like I'm up whatever 70% on this call option that I took. What should I do? And the answer should be, what was your plan when you took the trade? And your plan shouldn't involve like, if I'm up 20%, I'm closing, or if I'm down 5%, I'm closing. Your plan should be like, at this level on the chart, I'm taking profit. At this level on the chart, that's my stop loss. It gets a little bit harder. So Aloni Hill is saying, how do you know where to put your stop loss using the chart, since it doesn't allow option prices? You have to kind of like guesstimate to the best of your ability. It's a lot harder. And that's just one more reason that I really like to trade futures. The price is the price. I can put in an order right now on futures saying like, like when we called out that long here, I don't remember where the price was, but I could have put in my order to go long. I could put my stop loss. I could put my take profit. I could close down my computer and go to bed, and it's either going to, stop me out at my stop loss or hit my take profit and fill me at my profit level. What's up, Ryquill? Just based on what you're saying, you're not using one risk to reward. So, and I'm not saying that to like shit on you, but that's really important in trading. One risk to reward. I was having this conversation again with my friend, whose house I went over to help him set up his computer. Mathematically, right? Let's just say your trade is lose $200 or make $400. You have a 50% win rate. If you're 50% correct, and every time you take a loss, you lose $200, and every time you win, you make $400, you eventually become a multimillionaire, right? But in your case, you're doing 2 trades to make 70, and 1 trade lost 50. So on 2 trades, you made roughly $35 on each trade. And on 1 trade, you took a bigger loss than one of those trades. So your risk to reward is off. Unless, like I could be wrong, because like on those trades where you made $35, you could have been risking whatever, $15, $16, $17 to make 35. And on the trade where you lost 50, you could have been risking 50 to make 100. But I kind of doubt that that's the case, because that's the one area that a lot of people struggle with trading, is that one risk to reward. And exactly what Colby's saying. I mean, Colby's echoing what I'm saying, which is to always plan your trades and only trade your plan. And that's what you have to do. Of course, Triple G, my pleasure. Yeah, Jack, I mean, that's horrible. That's how you blow accounts. If you told me he was up $400 and then the next minute he was down 200 and he got stopped out, I'd be like, that's cool. He's trading properly. But again, I can't say that he's not trading properly, because I don't know what his profit level was, but you're saying no risk. I mean, no stop loss, no take profit. He was just like in the trade. So yeah, I mean, that's exactly how you don't trade. What's up, Alex? How you doing? Yeah, Nacho, the price being the price is very awesome. Yep. Alrighty. Anyway, hopefully all of that is informative and helpful. Shorty's going to be live in about 13 minutes, so I got to dip out and get ready for that. But hopefully you guys learned something. Hopefully it was helpful. As always, much love, much respect, much appreciation for all the subscribers. Extra appreciation for the people that are friends of the stream. And extra appreciation for the people that talk and interact. Really appreciate you guys. It makes things more interesting, interacting with you guys. Hey, what's up, Timothy? Welcome. Congratulations on getting off of work. And then for anybody that's new, like, you know, you'll have to kind of take my word for it, but hit the sub button, tune in. We do a lot of education. We do a lot of teaching. None of it's hidden behind a paywall. We give it all away for free, and what we teach works. So this is a good place to be, but we generally do the classes on Sundays. And then on these live sessions like today is more about finding levels, you know, to take trades for the next day, but there always ends up being some kind of education that happens in these lives as well. So with that said, again, Shorty will be live in about 12 minutes. I would recommend tuning in for that. You don't want to miss it. See you later, Brian. You have a good night. See you later, David. See you later, Colby. See you later, Nacho. See you later, Yannick. Shorty's here, Kyle. Yeah, he'll be live here. 1% better every day, Miss Free. 1% better every day. That's all you got to do. All right, everybody. Much love, much respect. Peace out. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.